Since the SNES could not play NES games, Nintendo decided to remake the original 4 games and release them in a single collection. Along with better graphics, there were quite a few changes that were made between the games. I'm only going to cover Super Mario Bros. 1 in this video. If you want me to do the other games, or if you noticed I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Before each level comes up, the opening screen shows a sneak peek of the level that was not in the original. When coins flash on screen, they get darker in the original, but the remake makes them shine. Mario's lives are now displayed differently. In the original, it shows his whole body, but in the remake, the sprite is just his head. Mario's color scheme is also different. The original has him with a beige shirt, beige hair, and red overalls. While Mario does have red overalls in the remake, his hair is black and his shirt is blue. Both of these designs are different from Mario's current color palette. His fire sprite is different as well. In the original, he has beige overalls, a red shirt, and red hair. The remake has him in white overalls, a red shirt, and black hair. The design of Goombas has been slightly altered as well, although it's not nearly as noticeable as Mario. Their feet are now red instead of black. Many other enemies have slight differences as well. The piranha plants have significant noticeable differences. First of all, they turn light green instead of dark green, and their lips are much more defined, which are white for some reason. The ground in outdoor levels is now grass instead of bricks. The remake changes some backgrounds from the original. On top of that, the text at the top of the screen now has a blue outline. The color of the star on the flag on top of the castle is different between both games. The fireworks are also a different color. Not only is the shade of blue in the sky completely different between the versions, but the remake added a gradient as well. The amount of lives you get at the beginning is also different between different versions. The side of the flag that is hanging on the flagpole is inverted in the remake. When Mario goes into a castle after completing a level, they gave Mario a new animation of him displaying his iconic pose. Once again, the material of the floor is changed in underground levels, although I'm not really sure what they changed it to. While 1-3 and some other levels are implied to be taking place in the sky in the original, the remake implies it to be inside of a falls. The large castles at the end of the 3rd level have 2 added yellow flags in the remake. Also, Mario goes into different doors in different versions. In the Bowser's Castle levels, the remake added paintings of Bowser in the background that I thought were cool enough to point out. Fighting Bowser in the remake has new music that only plays in this specific part of the level. The remake additionally add a feature where Toad is initially stuck inside of a bag and doesn't get out until Mario is there. Furthermore, the remake also added him jumping while he's talking to Mario. In the sky part of 2-1, the remake added a new pop-up graphic that comes on screen when you enter the area. This pop-up shows up in other special areas as well. The platform that you ride on in this same area is much more of a cloud in the remake. The blooper you see in the beginning of 2.2 is changed from white to pink in the remake. The color of the Cheep Cheeps are equally different. In the original, they are red and white, but in the remake, they are green and pink. In the water levels, the ground is now the ocean floor instead of bricks once again. In the original, there is only pink coral, but the remake includes not just pink, but other color corals as well. In 2.3, the colors of the bottom of the bridge and the fences are different between both versions. After defeating Bowser, the amount of toads corresponds with the world number, which is different from the original where it will always be 1. In 3.1, there is much more snow in the remake than the original. The color of the flagpole in 3.1 changes in both versions. However, the colors they change to are different. The original's is white and the remake's is pink and purple. The spiny spikes are different colors between both versions. The original's is yellow while the remake's it is white. The flagpole in 4.3 is changed to orange in the original, likely meant to signify what is ahead of you. This was removed in the remake for whatever reason. The logo on the bullet bill firing machine had its color removed in the remake. At the end of 5.1, the flag at the top of the flagpole is still green, but at this point in the original it is the same color as the flagpole. The hinges on the springs also lost their coloration in the remake. The Hammer Bros hat is now black instead of green. And the sprites of the hammers look much more realistic now due to having a brown hilt. The skin of the Buzzy Beetle no longer matches their shell like in the original. An interesting new feature of the remake that took me a little while to realize is that the Bullet Bill's arms now swing around. Once again, the flagpole is a different color. It goes back to green in the original and stays white in the remake. The textures for 6.3 are slightly different between both versions. In the original, everything is coated in white and I'm not really sure what it's meant to represent. The remake, however, has no filter of any kind. The moving platforms are a different color as well, orange in the original and red in the remake. The wheels on the sinking platforms now have color added to them, which is the opposite of the bullet bill firing machine situation. The flag and flagpole at the end of 6.3 are a little weird in the original. The flag is a cream color while it is green as normal in the remake. Also, the tip of the flagpole doesn't have any color either. Whenever you make a choice in the maze of 7.4, a ding sound plays. This was not in the original. This is the difference that inspired me to make this video. In 8.3, there's a block disguised with the background wall. In the original, it is nearly impossible to see, since it's the same texture as the wall. In the remake, however, it is blatantly obvious since it's a different texture. Certainly an odd choice. In the original game, it is impossible to tell what the weather is outside the castle, but in 8.4 in the remake, it is obvious that there's a storm going on outside. The final ending is a little bit different in the original. You just find Princess Peach standing there, but in the remake you enter into her cage. The remake, for whatever reason, removed the ability to pause during certain cutscenes. And finally, there's a new menu that comes up when paused. In the original, there is no menu at all. Well, that's it, at least for now. Going in, I wasn't even sure if I could get enough differences for a full video, but it seems like I did. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you want me to continue finding differences in Super Mario All-Stars, or if I missed something. Goodbye.